So team, I'm sharing my screen. You can see here. Yesterday, we just had a discussion of why Tosca is very, very important in the market and what are the advantages of Tricentis Tosca. Even I explained to you one particular scenario, how we do automation in Tosca and along with that presentation. So team, these all are the Tosca Commander components. Let me open Tosca Commander. Tosca Commander is the main thing which we use to develop the test cases with the help of drag and drop option. Okay, we can simply do the drag and drop activity to learn a Tricentis Tosca. So just give me a second. The Tricentis Tosca 15.0 version is loading for me. So still it is loading team because it is checking the license is available for this particular system or not. Once that license is available, then directly it goes to the Tosca main page. So see here, team, this is Tosca Commander. Okay. In this Tosca Commander level, what are the interfaces you are seeing here? All these things comes under as a project, Tosca project. So Tosca Repo is one of the project and 830 is one of the project. These all are the different projects. So we'll create a project creation in Tosca point of view. And to create a project, we use this feature, create new feature to create the project. Open is the feature to open to the existing project. You can directly open the project while doing a double click operation on this particular icon. Otherwise, you can you can go with the folder structure as well. Click on open and select where your project is located and then select that and open it. So these two are the two different approaches to open the project. So let me open the project. Do double click on this particular icon. Yeah, still it is loading team. In real time, we directly working in a multi-user environment. Okay. So we no need to bother about the multi-user activities. Okay. So simply enter your username and then enter your password. I'm just logged in with my credentials, Anusha, and my password. In real time, we'll just enter our employee ID or our official mail ID here along with the password to log into the project. So once you log into the project, yeah. So come back to here. This is your Tosca Commander team. So Tosca Commander level, the project, if you take one particular project, the project is having around 8 to 9 sections. Like I said, Tosca is a modular framework. So in this modular framework, default here, you're able to see 8 to 9 sections. To see the project, go to the home tab. Here one tab is there, home tab. Under this home tab, one option is there, that is a project. Click on this project. You can see here, this is the project team, and even you can see this is a different window. So if I collapse this icon, if I click on this expand and collapse icon, Tosca repo is the main project. In this Tosca repo level, here you can see number of sections. These all are the sections I mentioned here. Tosca project default, it is having a more than 8 to 9 sections team. These all are the different sections is available in a Tricentis Tosca Commander. Okay. So are we going to work all these sections? No, that is not at all possible. So why it is not a possible? This Tosca project, if you consider one particular project, this Tosca project is acting as a test automation cum test management tool. Test automation and a test management tool. So if you're having any knowledge on real-time team, maybe you're aware of the management tools, but I'll give you an intro about management tools. So test management tools like a Jira or HPLM, as of now, we are using in the market and ADO. Like this, we do have a number of test management tools. Out of these test management tools, what are the activities we do here? Basically, we'll create our entire project related end-to-end requirement, defect tracking, everything is available in a test management tool. Now coming to the Tosca project point of view, Tosca project is supporting as a test automation cum test management tool. So we use this Tosca only for the test automation purpose team. We use Tosca only for test automation purpose. We cannot use this Tosca for test management point of view. We use this Tosca only for the test automation purpose only. Okay. Select this test automation activity team. So for test automation point of view, what are the sections we use here? So for test automation purpose, I'll just highlight a couple of sections here. Execution modules and test cases, test case designing and configurations. We use only these 5 sections to continue with the test automation role. We all are the automation consultants and even we aware of these things, how we can continue with the automation kind of activities. In automation point of view, we always continue with these sections only. Clear?
Yes.
Then what?
Test planning is not there?
No. So the test automation, like we are the automation developer, we just develop the test case and we'll do the execution of it. That's it. We're not maintaining any test plan here, team. That is the reason I mentioned here the Tosca project is providing two facilities. One is test automation, another one is test management. Even test management point of view, in the market, we do have a number of test management tools like a Jira, HPLM, all these things. Already the companies are utilizing these features. And instead of this, these all are the third-party tools, I understand that. But even Trisent is Tosca also giving some platform to maintain the test plan and issues and requirement activities. So what are the sections I highlighted? We use these sections only for the test automation purpose only. Clear?
Yes.
Now, the next point is here. What about a test management tool activities? If we see a test management point of view, in test management point of view, what are the sections we use for test management point of view? So let me highlight here a test management icon. This is the test management tools. So the test management point of view, we use these sections. One is issues section and requirement section and test planning. These three are the section, it's giving a platform to maintain the requirement and to go with the test planning activities and along with the issues as well. Okay. And coming to the test automation point of view, like we are automation consultants, even we are not working on these phases at any point of time. So issues is the section to raise a defect which is not meeting a client requirement. So requirement is the section to maintain the end-to-end our project level requirements here itself only. Test planning is the section to prepare a test plan for your team members. What are the test cases they are going to work in the future? So these things is covered into a test management tool, but we are not using this one as a part of test management activity. So clear with this point?
So are we going to cover how to create issues or requirements inside Tosca?
So the requirement part is completely different. So coming to the requirement part, we'll just maintain the requirements into our test management tools. For example, in real time, we are working in a sprint wise. Okay. Each sprint level, we have some requirements. We have to fulfill that within the times line. So coming to the requirement point of view, Tosca point of view, if you take a consideration into Tricentis Tosca, I think requirement part is not much important here. They just assign the test cases to us using a test management tools, either Jira or HPLM, like user story creations. Let me show you that. I think I have the access for the Jira. They just create a user stories for us. So this is the Jira test management tool team. So I just created one Scrum board here to assign requirements to our team members. So if you go here in this area and you can see number of test cases are created here, and even these test cases are assigned to the someone. Here you can see this is the defect which is created, and even this is assigned to Anusha. Here you can see this is the test case, and even this test case is assigned to Raja. Like this, we'll get the requirement. Requirement is nothing but what are the test cases we are going to automate as part of sprint plan. They just create a user story for us. So we'll start working on this particular area. Clear?
So is it possible to fetch all the tasks which we have created for this sprint into the requirement section of Tosca?
No, that is not possible. When you are having a integration between Jira with Tosca, yes, this is possible. But as of now, there is no integration, right? So we can integrate Jira with Tosca. When you are having any kind of integration, yes, that is possible. What are the way you are asking?
Okay.
Getting my point, Steve?
Yes, yes.
And coming back to the another two sections is available, team. So the data integrity testing. Data integrity testing we use to do the big data testing, ETL testing, and Snowflake testing. If we had a situation of these kind of testing categories, then we use here a data integrity testing. Okay. And this is the data integrity testing and execution issues and test configurations and everything. But in coming to Tosca project point of view, the Tosca project is having these many sections. That is the reason I mentioned Tosca project is having around 8 to 9 sections here. Okay. But we are not going to work all these sections, team. So we are going to focus only few of these sections for the test automation point of view. Any questions?
While we are doing DB testing, then also we are using these modules only, like these sections only.
Which testing?
DB testing.
DB also same.
Okay.
Hmm? So even these sections is common for all types of projects. This is only a specific. So if you're working on any web-based applications or any desktop-based application, any SAP or API, what are the projects you are working? These only the phases we use for the automation point of view.
But we see the API testing in the different tab. On the top, I can see there is a different tab for API testing.
This is
So
somewhat a dynamic tab. Okay, I'll show you this dynamic tab activities again. So the thing is here, how many sections we are able to see here? Totally 8 to 9 sections. So when you are doing any API testing team, what happens, if a selection, I think I'll highlight here one tab. What are the tab is selected here? The tab is seems like a dynamic tab. So here you can see the test case related couple of icons here. If I select a module, the module related icons you are able to see. Test case designing related icons. Execution list level related icons you are able to see. Similar way, when you are working with API testing, these all are the features which is available for API scan and all these activities. I think Venkateshwar Reddy, so I think you are saying something. I'm not able to hear you.
Now it is audible, Anusha.
Okay. So it's clear for you, Arpit or Vipul?
Yeah, it's clear, but I have a bit doubt. While checking the coverage of the art test scenarios, aren't we going to use the requirement section so that we do that like weightage and those kind of, because I'm also doing AS1 certification, so I have gone through that. So in that they have mentioned like for the requirement section, we weighted our test cases to check how much risk and how much coverage is there we have already gained through our test scenarios.
So those things is added as part of automation specialist level 1 certification point of view. I do understand that. Okay.
Mhm.
But coming to real time point of view, I'm just telling the real time perspective. So no one is using the requirement section to create the requirements.
Okay.
You can go any project or you can ask your colleagues also who are working in Tosca. So definitely they cannot mention the requirement section because no one is utilizing that. But when you are trying to clear the AS1 and AS2, yes, they
Mhm.
included that requirement section as a part of automation specialist level 1 activities.
Okay. Okay. In any live project, we don't use usually requirement section,
In any
right?
live projects, we cannot use that requirement section at all.
Okay, got your point.
Okay. So this is the project team and this project is having these many sections. Out of all these sections, we are going to concentrate only the four to five sections. The five sections is here equal to test case modules and test case designing and execution issues. If unexpectedly, if you close these windows, yes, we can retrieve these windows back. No need to worry about that. So inside this home tab, if you want to retrieve the window back, go to here, the sections icon. Click on the sections icon and which window you want here, you can select that particular window and drag and drop that window here to here. So now the reporting window is added. For example, I just closed here this module and test cases. If you want to retrieve module section, then go here, select the module and drag and drop this module here to here. So these all are the part of the project only team, but we are just to do the best practices to create somewhat of flexibility to at the time of development. We are just making each section as a different window. Even it is very easy for us to understand the things, what are the activities we are doing here. But if you're walking directly within this area level, somewhat it's kind of confusion because the Tosca is completely a drag and drop activity, right? When you are trying to drag and drop these things to this area and these things to this area, somewhat we mismatch. So instead of doing work here itself, we can continue with creation of different window for the each section. One is the module section, test case section. But basically we are working in entire project level only. But instead of working here itself, we just making into a separate window to for the workflow. Clear with that?
What is the difference between test case design and test cases?
Test case is the platform to develop the end-to-end test case flow. Test case designing is the platform to design the data-driven framework. The framework which we are having a framework, we just define that entire framework into test case design. What is the use of this framework? We'll just prepare the test data. What are the test data is required to test the application? For example, if you see here the data, I just created that entire data here. I'll map this data to the test case. So we can prepare somewhat of data-driven test cases, like a data-driven framework into a test case designing level. Clear?
So data will be inserted inside the test case design, and from the test cases, we just have to call that data.
So the test case designing itself, we map to our test case level. No need to call the data. We directly map this entire test sheet data to our test case, and then we'll create a number of test cases here itself only.
Okay.
Basically, we'll enter the information here itself, right? Entering of mail ID, all these things. So instead of hard coding the data, instead of hard coding, I'm just utilizing the features of Tricentis test case designing section. I just want to show you that at least for one test case. One second, I just want to show you that. Okay, let me show you here itself. So see here, are you able to see? I just entered some data here within this value column level. Instead of hard coding data directly here, we just create the data into a test case designing level. We'll map this entire data to a test case. For data preparation, we do in a test case designing level, and test case development we do into a test case section level. So clear, Venkat?
Yeah, clear, ma'am.
Okay. Great. So coming to here, Tim, these all are the sections, and even I highlighted one of the section which is changing dynamically. This is the dynamic tab. So based on our section selection, it reflects that window. I just selected here test case section. That is the reason test case tab is reflected. If we select the module section here, you can see the modules tab is reflected. If you are going to the reporting section here, you can see reporting section is added. If you're selecting a test case designing, see, based on our section selection, automatically it changed dynamically. That is the reason we call this one as a dynamic tab. And even you can see the bottom of the page ready option is there. This is the status bar. If you're doing any activity, if you want to know the status of that particular activity, you can check in left side bottom of the screen. What is the status for that? For example, I'm just doing here the update on. See here, the status bar is something is loading here and even something is added here. Update all is finished. We have to wait until that status get reflect as a ready. Now we are ready to go with the development. So what is this update all, check in all, check out, I'll cover in a going forward. Clear?
So this update all thing, it updates the data from all the users who are working parallelly.
Yeah. It update all the data which is available in a repository level.
By the multiple user as well.
Yes, multiple users data into your system.
Okay.
And next point is here, Tim, each section is separated with 3 subcategories, Tim. Here you can see this is the test case section. We can say this is a hierarchy view and this one is a detailed view. And the left side, right side one is the properties pane. If you go back to our test case designing section, here also you can see each section is separated with again 3 subcategories. Hierarchy view, detailed view, and properties pane. Not only for the test case, not only for the test case designing team. If you go any section like either project or any modules or reporting, what are the sections is available? Each and everything is separated with again 3 subcategories. The left one we call it as a hierarchy pane. So we can see entire hierarchy related activities here. This one is a detailed view. The right side one is the properties pane. So I'm just checking the same thing into a reporting section level. If you go a reporting section level, it is taking a much, again, 3 subcategories team: hierarchy, detailed view, and properties pane. Modules also same thing. Here you can see hierarchy pane, and the right side one is the properties pane, and middle one is the detailed view. The test case section itself, it is a hierarchy pane, detailed view, and properties pane team. Okay. If you want to expand this properties pane, we can expand it. Otherwise, here you can see one arrow representation is there. If I click on here, the window is not hidden here. If you want to retrieve back that window, again go back to here and click on this arrow, then the properties pane is reflected here. Clear?
Yes.
So the next point is here, team. Just want to show you the document. So these all are the advantages, team. So Tosca Commander, I already explained to you a Tosca Commander, right? This is the Tosca Commander, and here itself we do the development with the help of drag and dropping options. Just do the drag and drop activity and then do the developments here itself only. So coming back to here, this is the module section team. So another one is here, if you want to develop the test case, yesterday what I said, so test case is always having a dependency on the module section. If you're developing one test case team, always we have a dependency on a module section. Okay. So what exactly the meaning of dependency? Let's give an example here. For example, if you want to validate any web page related, for example, you can take this Jira only team. Jira is one of the web-based application. Here I opened it. But now I just want to verify these filters and project, all these icons are visible or not. Everyone able to see all these icons, project, filters, dashboard, teams, and apps?
Yes, it's visible.
So let us think about your scenario team. Your scenario is here, open URL and verify projects and filters and dashboards and teams and then apps. So, and after this is what your test case team, and you have to fulfill this particular scenario into automation level. To fulfill this one, we already opened URL. I'm just explaining in the manual flow. I just opened the manual flow here. If you want to create a story, once you open the URL, and now you have to verify the project, filters, dashboard, teams, and apps. Are you able to see all these icons within this web page level?
Yes.
Yes. So as a human being, we understand these icons is located in the left side top corner thing. It seems like a header of this page. But I just want to give this entire information to the automation tool. So automation tool is a mediator between the test engineer and application. If you take here it is your application. If you want to interact with application, here is the test engineer. So if one test engineer is available, so if you're interacting with manually, that is comes under as a manual testing. If you're interacting through via automation, that is comes under as a automation testing. So let me show you the how we can do a manual testing. If you're interacting this particular application directly, this is comes under as a manual testing. I don't want to go interaction directly with application. What are the steps I'm planning to automate? I just define all the steps into automation tool Then automation tool directly interact to the application, that is comes under as a automation testing. So the similar way I can say like this particular one thing, Amazon, Swiggy, Zomato, Zepto, some Blinkit. We are just using all these online platforms to order something, right? Instead of traveling to the nearest restaurants, nearest shopping malls, nearest grocery shop. So instead of doing manually, we are just ordering those things with the help of some online platforms. So even that Amazon is also acting as a mediator between the customer and the business unit. So similar way here, automation tools is acting as a mediator between a test engineer and application. So what are the steps I defined here? I just inform all these test steps to the automation tool. Then automation tool is the responsible person to execute all these steps into an automation level. At the time of doing a development in automation tool, we are just using Tosca team. No need to write any coding here. In Tosca point of view, one and only thing that is a drag and drop option only. We have to do the drag and we have to do a drag and drop activities only. That's it. Clear with this flow? So understand one point here. If applying the things manually in your application, yes, we can able to understand where this project is located, where this filters is located and dashboards, everything is located. But I don't want to go with manual. I want to achieve these things via automation. When you are trying to achieve the automation point of view, we have to capture the properties of the controls. We have to capture the properties of the control. Okay, which properties we have to capture? For example, if I want to verify the projects team, go back to your web page. Are you able to see project here? Yes, as a test engineer, I'm able to see, but I just want to inform to Tosca. So once a web application level, one project icon is there, verify that. To do the verification of that team, we have to write a XPath or CSS path. If you go to a Selenium or other automation tools, I'll just mention here as a other automation tools, except Tosca. They have to write a XPath manually or CSS path to identify the locator as a unique. But Tosca point of view team only a scanning mechanism. We directly do the scanning of the control. No need to write a XPath and CSS path manually. So this is what a technical information team. So let me expand this one. I'll just show you how we'll write XPath in other automation tools. Right click on here, inspect that control. Once you inspect the control, you are able to see the properties of that particular control here. So what are the development the backend developer did? You are able to see that entire development here. So this is the project related properties. I'll just take the copy of class name here, Control F. I'm just writing here. You can see the bottom of the page. One such text box is added. Find by string, selected or XPath. I'm just writing here XPath to identify this. And even you can see the right side team. So here you can see the right side bottom of the page. Total 101, 426 locators is available within this web page. But out of all these things, I want only a specific locator. Then I have to write a XPath here. I'm just writing XPath with the help of class name T. This is what we have to do in other automation tools level T. Once you write the XPath here, you can see again. So I just identified with the class name, but similar type of controls, how many controls is available within the page? 1 out of 19. So again, we have to implement another logic to write a XPath manually. So this is a very problem for us to write the things to identify the locator. Even it kill a lot of time to write a locators XPath in a Selenium and other automation tools point of view. But coming to a Tosca point of view, no need to write these kind of XPath, all these things are manually. So we have one and only mechanism, that is a scanning mechanism. To do the scanning mechanism, always we navigate to the module. Module is the platform, it holds entire technical data into a module section. So select this one and do the checkout here. So this checkout and checkout tree, all these activities probably I'm going to cover in coming classes team. Select this module folder. Right click on here, scan application. So for web applications and desktop applications, we always use the application option only team.
For web-based and desktop-based applications.
Yes, web and desktop both. So this Jira is a somewhat of web-based application, right? Yes, select that particular window and do click operational scan. So once you do a click operational scan, it load all the controls. What are the locators is available within this web page? Are you able to see all the controls is loaded here? Now, so use here the select on screen option. I want here the project. Just move your cursor accordingly. This is the project button. Filters, dashboards, teams. And last and final one is the apps. So see here, team, after selecting all these controls in Tosca point of view, in the bottom of the page, I think probably you're able to see the selected item is unique. Everyone able to see the selected item is unique message? I just selected projects. Everything is unique properties now. And even it is saving a lot of time for us to identify these things as a easily team. Once you add all these controls to the module and click on save. Once you do a click operational save, in right side bottom of the page, you can see module saved successfully here. So once we save the module, we have to close this window and go to your module section. One module is saved here properly team. This module is saved. As per the test case flow, we just want to open the URL. Let me select your test case. Click on checkout. And let me rename it as the Jira homepage. So team, my first step is open URL. To open the application URL, we have a predefined standard module for that. So for predefined standard module, go to our module section, go to our standard modules, T-box exchanges, HTML. So opening of application URL is common for all types of web-based applications team. That is the reason this is a predefined module. We get this inbuilt at the time of project creation. No need to scan these things separately team. This is default available. So we have to do a drag and drop activity. How to do the drag and drop activity? Select that respective module, hold the cursor and drag that control. Drag this control like this to test case and exactly move your cursor and drop here. Once you drop here, in value is the column to do the development of your test case team. So then enter the application URL here. Copy this one and paste here. The next step is here verification of all these steps. Already I created a module. What are the module we created here? Select that respective module and this module is holding a project, filters, dashboard, teams and apps. Select this module, drag this particular module to test case and do the development. So just want to verify all these pages are available in the web page or not. To do the verification, double click on this value column and click on this blue color down arrow and select value from the down. So these all are the different types of verification modes team. The first thing I'm checking this control is exist or not. Action mode is verify because I just want to verify the things. Filters. So again, I'm checking here the visibility of this filter is available or not. Action mode is here again, verify, because I just want to verify these things. Coming to the dashboard, I just want to verify the text of dashboard. If you want to verify the text of dashboard stream, yes, we can do this one. And action mode is equal to here, verify. Coming back to teams, I'm just showing all the available team. Enabled equal to true. Default, it is enabled team. That is the reason I'm just giving a default verification. So the last and finally, I'm just giving here existence equal to true. And action mode is equal to here verification. So team, after opening the application URL, it may take some time, right, to load the entire web page. So for that, what we do, I just add some wait in between open URL and this validation point of view. I'm just going back to the modules. We have a predefined module for that. T-box automation tools, timings. T-box wait is the one of the standard module which we use to stop a Tosca for certain time. Because that URL is going to take some time to load the entire page team. So the time representation in Tricentis Tosca, always it is in milliseconds. I just mentioned here 2000 milliseconds. Let me close this window team. What are the window I opened here? I just close that window. And even I'm checking this one is development. Open URL entered successfully. I'm asking Tosca to wait at 2000 milliseconds. After wait time, I'm asking Tosca to verify all these things. What are the expectation I'm doing? My expected, this entire value column is my expected resulting. At runtime, Tosca compare my expected result with the actual. If both are same, then the verification should be a successful. Let me run the script. So now the script is running here. So see here, team, the execution completed successfully, and even there is no errors here. If we see here, the verification was successful because I'm expecting true here, expected value is true and actual value is also true. If we see here the dashboards level, the expected value is dashboards and even actual value is also dashboard. Clear, this is what we do in a test case development in real-time team. So is this clear for all?
The fourth point, teams, you checked for it as enabled. So what does that enabled stands for?
So which sometimes some of the controls are in a disable mode, right? If you want to verify the locator is enabled or disabled, at that time we use this one.
Okay.
Do we need to close the URL also once it is completed?
Yes,
Open
we
URL
can do
and
that. Closing also possible. We have to add one more step here to close the window. To close the window also, we have another predefined standard module that is a close browser. Go to here, this is the close browser. Select this close browser and drag and drop this close browser module to your test case. The closing activity is also common team. Enter the title. So title means the name of the tab. What is the name of the tab here? TP Sprint 1. Are you able to see tab
yes.
name? So enter the tab name in title. TP star. Instead of entering entire naming conversion, I just mentioned here as a TP star. Then it close only that particular tab only team. So the closing activity is also performed here successfully. Are you able to see? Let me run the entire test case together. I just selected a test case. Now I'm running. You can see now. It do the open URL, then it verify all the things, then it close the window. So the closing activity is also performed here successfully. Once we done the execution, we have to drag and drop this particular one into a execution list level thing. So this is a somewhat of final execution which we are doing here itself. Let me do a checkout.
So every section needs a separate checkouts.
Yes, checkout is required because it is a multi-user environment, okay? We are not working in our local system, okay? So we
So
are
if we
directly
are
working in a
checking out,
multi-user.
so let's say if we are checking out at the module level, does that mean that we have also check out the test if we start working on test case or execution?
We have to do a checkout for each and every page level. So module is a different section, test case is different section, and execution is different section. This checkout is seems like somewhat we are getting edit permissions to do the activities.
And after making the changes, we can check in the changes.
Exactly. You have to apply the checking.
Okay.
To be able to execute multiple test cases at the same time,
Multiple test cases we can trigger, but it run all the test cases one by one.
one by one. Yeah.
Yes.
The regression suite, we will be run multiple test cases, right? Just we will be run and we will keep calm. We will be
So
doing
here
another kind
two
of
things
work.
is available, Prashant. One is we can run the scripts parallelly. Another
Okay.
one we can run the scripts one by one. So which
Okay.
integration tool we are using for the test integration point of view, that is the major thing here. Are you getting my point? In the market, we have a number of integration tools, okay? So we
Yeah,
just use one of the integration tool.
Hello.
Yes, yes, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm able to hear you. Clear?
So if the URL is access control, then we have to add one more step for credentials.
Yeah. So the check-in, check-out, no need to bother about this. I'll cover in depth going forward. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
So because if I explain here itself, may it create somewhat confusion. I don't want to create it, but I'll explain in later very clearly.
Okay, okay. I thought this is the one.
Mm. Yes.
What's the last button? Automated test case? Record something.
Which one?
In the top. In the top right
The
side.
recording. So as of now, I did a scanning manually, right? Instead of doing a manual scanning and execution, we can achieve these things via automatic. The recording feature is available. You can directly interact to the web, directly web application, it create one file for you, like the entire test case for you.
And what are these import subset and export subset?
If you want to import the things to your local system, you can import and you can export into a local. What are the test cases I did as of now? If I want to export these test cases, I can do right.
And let's say if we do not have the internet connectivity, can we do or write the test cases while being offline? And then once we
You
are
can
offline, we
write the
can.
test cases, but you are not able to execute it.
Okay.
Because if we want to run the script, must be required network connectivity, right?
Right.
So without network connectivity, we cannot run the script. If you want to do a development, yes, we can do that. Clear with this, team? I hope today's concept is clear for all.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll connect tomorrow at the same time. Thanks for your time. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.